Trice said, herps, I freaking love you. That afro though. Boy, love all your vids. Same with my wife. My beardy, my ball python, and crested gecko. Thanks. Emma said, who else expected Alex to have no pants? Well, Emma, you commented this on a video called Unboxing 12 Unique Pet Reptiles. This video has 1.5 million views. I have read every single of the 8,000 comments on that video. Not a single other person thought that I was going to have no pants. So take that as you will. Jose said, are you trying to grow dreadlocks? No. What do you mean? What am I trying to grow? How does it, what part of my hair looks like I'm trying to grow dreadlocks? I don't, look, I know I cut it since that video. He commented on the video, the internet's worst ball python owners. I pulled up the video. My hair looks exactly like this, just slightly longer. No, I'm not trying to grow dreadlocks. I don't know if I should be offended, but I'm just going to choose to be offended because, well, that's the trendy thing to do. Dead Cat said, when my ball python died, I set his corpse on fire. Which I think this is just a morbid way of saying you got him cremated. Or maybe I'm being too optimistic, but I'm going to assume that. Raquel said, learn to code, still have to talk to people. This was because someone was asking if they should start breeding ball pythons as a way to not have to talk to people while still having an income. I said that was dumb, and then I tried to think of a job that you didn't have to talk to people, and I was like, coding? And no, you still have to talk to people when you code. So my question for you, what's the best job where you still get value, but you don't have to talk to anyone? Let me know. And it's probably YouTuber now I think of it. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm literally talking to a piece of metal with glass on the front. Become a YouTuber, I guess. On the video, oh frick, where I talked about how my Instagram got deleted, Melissa said maybe you ended up accidentally listing one of Mark Zuckerberg's relatives on your Instagram page because I saw reptiles on the page. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I giggled. I googled. I gaggled at your comment. On the same video, Happy Herp said, I know Facebook has banned any animal sales, so you have to be very sneaky to do it in rehoming groups even, because Facebook will flag it. Maybe that's why. A lot of people thought that my account got banned because I'm selling animals, but if it was banned, I think it would have told me. It would have emailed me being like, hey, you're banned. Here's the ban hammer. You did something you shouldn't have, but it literally just disappeared. So, but then again, yeah, now I'm kind of scared to list things because I didn't realize that was against Facebook's terms, which owns Instagram. So, whoops. Uh-oh, Pesquedio. That's bad. Melissa, said, I don't understand the reptile collecting if you're just going to keep them in tiny plastic drawers. Wouldn't you rather have less pets and give them a better life? I think this is referring to just a rack system that was like there was a picture in the video. I don't really judge people's reasons for keeping reptiles as long as they're doing it, half decently. I think it's weird when people buy reptiles and purely see them as collectibles. So like, I don't really collect stuff nowadays, but I used to collect things and maybe I'd get attached to a certain item or whatever, but I could still trade them and buy them and sell them. But people do that with reptiles. Ultimately, it's not bad. As long as the animal's being cared for and going to good people, does it really matter? Not really. I just think it's weird how literally like people will come to a reptile show and they'll like bring some of their animals and they'll be like, hey, you want to trade this for this? You want this, and I'll take that. And I'll keep it for 2 weeks and then I'll trade it again 2 weeks later. I feel like you should minimize how often animals should move around. That's why when I sell animals, the goal, I'm sure we're not going to be perfect, but the goal is to get them into a permanent home where they can live the majority of their lifespan. It's kind of, it's weird. And yeah, I'm going to judge you for that. It's kind of weird. Not Melissa, but the people that I'm talking about. On the video, oh frick, Wandering Wolf said, did someone hack your account and then delete the account? That's my only thought. I think if it was hacked, it would still be in the database. So when I forgot to mention, there's an Instagram reactivation. Like if your account's disabled or deactivated or deleted or banned, you can try and reactivate it. But when I enter the email that I made the Instagram with, it says that there are no accounts associated with that email, which is like someone went in and just wiped me from the Instagram database. So I don't know. I think it's gone. On the same video, Dolly said, anyone else think it's a good idea to have an animal posted for sale montage at the end of the video? So in this video, I had a 30-second montage of just animals for sale. And I always had so many ideas over the years of ways to market the animals and never really got the opportunity because animals would sell so quickly. So now that animals are selling slowly, it's like, oh cool, I can market them in different ways that I never got to, but I'm still taking a break from selling animals. So if and when I come back to selling animals, yeah, I think I'll include more stuff like that. On the video, please stop posting mean comments. Super Dueler said, you could be getting mean comments due to the video full of dead animals. Edit. I've only heard of it. I haven't seen it. And IDK if it's been taken down or not. What is this? I don't even know what this is referring to. One of the weird things about, I don't know, kind of publicly doing anything online is, yes, I knew getting into it, you're going to have people that don't like you, you're going to have hate comments, whatever it's called, you're going to have people that disagree, and maybe you'll get into some controversy or whatever. What I never thought about is how much random stuff is literally just made up. And the thing is, you can't address it in a video, because then you bring to light this thing that 90% of your audience never even heard of. So it's just, it's very weird. And so I'm more careful when I'm seeing stuff about other people. I give a ton of benefit of the doubt and play a lot of devil's advocate, because it seems like people literally just make the most random stuff up. But I don't know. So video full of dead animals. I'm not sure. Honestly, there's dead animals in many of my videos, so I don't know which one that would be. But it made me think of that other thing. SpongeBob said, at first glance, I thought you Photoshop an eye injury. Skull emoji. The skull emoji is really something. People throw it in every comment I see. The thumbnail of this video, oh frick, is me, but one of my eyes is my mouth. I was just doing random things in Photoshop, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it. For some reason, this is the only person that commented on the fact that I'm missing an eye and it's replaced with a mouth. I don't know if that means nobody noticed or it was just so unfunny that nobody cared, but you hurt my feelings by not noticing my silly photoshopping. Miranda said, I swear I always see dark figures walk by in the back of his videos. Thank you very much. So, you know, Justin's been editing these videos and I review the videos before they post it, and I got jump scared by my own video because I was like, what the heck is that in the back? I guess it was this video. Please stop it. Was it Danny DeVito? I don't remember who it was, but it actually scared me and I did not appreciate that. Sarah on a different video said, is that P.O. Box Beardy? You can't sell her. So there was a bearded dragon sent to my P.O. Box and I listed it for pre-order and somebody bought it. I sold her. And said, yes, he can. That's literally his business model. Take in, rehabilitate, rehome. Now my business model is kind of just take in and sell because we try not to rehabilitate animals. Sarah then said, sense of humor failure on your part. How do you do that emoji? Why do I keep trying to do the emojis? Are you American? What? And then Blue Bravery Girl said, nationality doesn't matter. And this is just one of those weird little arguments that doesn't really make any sense, and literally just me reading it was a waste of all of our time. I don't know. I love reading comment threads like this. It's the best to just sit back and enjoy them, and then maybe throw in a completely random comment that doesn't make any sense to throw off their mojo. Grace said, I mean this with all my heart. For years, I wanted a frog plushie that represents what I love about ignorance. I don't know what that word is. Yes, I am the reptile boy. I don't know what that word is. I should probably Google it. Ignorance. Frog or toad. Well, frick, I should have known that. A lot of them are bright, green, skinny, anthropomorphized to look like a mammal a bit too much, are too cartoony, etc. That potato plush is everything I've been searching for years, and this comment got 180 likes. Elizabeth said, he better drop these plushies just for you in your relentless search for the perfect plushie. And now I think of it, I mean, when I Google frog plush, there's none that are this shape. This is still very cartoony. I mean, look at his face. That's like the most cartoony face you can get. But the comments are motivating me to actually get this one produced. I think I'm gonna change a few things on the body, but you know what? You're convincing me to produce this frog plush, so keep an eye out. Pretty Fly for a Wi-Fi said, I'm so glad you are out. I'm a 8-year-old transgender non-binary him her. I'm called a twink by my older followers. Why did I include this comment? Let's move on. Black Willow said, I love the proper prototype of potato, which is this one. However, how much do I have to pay you for the sad, derpy, orange version? Please, I would sell my soul for him. And you know what? There are an equal number of comments that prefer this plushie as there are that prefer this plushie. And I did not expect that. I think if you got this one in your hands, it feels like a fairgrounds toy, like cheap. And but apparently people prefer this design over this one, and now I'm confused. I don't know what to do, and I'm having a plushie crisis. The problem is this color is not available in this high quality fabric, because this is low quality ink printed fabric, and this is high quality like dyed fabric. And they don't produce this color in that fabric, so I'm not making this one though, sorry. It's Statical said, roses are red, violets are blue. Your dad went to get milk and never came back. Addison said, bro, I heard my name and was so excited. And it was just some imposter named, quote, Addison. Like, what kind of person prefers 2 Ds? Well, now Double D Addison is going to be very disappointed. And now for something much more serious and important, because in one of my recent comment videos, we discussed the booger wall that someone's boyfriend had, and I asked if anyone else's boyfriends had booger walls, and boy did we get some responses. Amanda said, ugh, my kid has a booger walls all the time. He is 7. Ew. And directly above that, Clarissa said, I have an eye booger wall. I think that's normal. Kinda. I think. Windad said, I never had a boyfriend with a booger wall, but he did have a booger chair in his old crappy car. I remember driving one day. I put my hand under the seat to find something, and all I felt was old, crusty, dried boogers. If you're in a car, you have a window, which is like the perfect organic disposal, isn't it? Alright, well. Naomi said, my ex-boyfriend had a booger wall on the underside of his computer desk. I found it when I was cleaning the floor and had to crawl under his desk. I is smart said, OMG, super embarrassing, but I did know somebody in my early 20s that had a spit wall. Legit. Him and all his friends were spitting on a wall in his room since forever. And they didn't really do it anymore, but like, it was disgusting. His dad also had a bed that didn't have a leg on one side, so that was also really weird. Everything in that house was just kind of broken, and it wasn't like it was because they didn't have money, it was just because they were really lazy and gross. And as a girl, I tried cleaning up a little bit, but that was just never going to actually help at all, because it was so many years of disgusting stuff happening and nobody cleaned anything, nothing was really coming off of anything. It's kind of just like putting makeup on a pig. That was one comment. I mean, that was all one sentence. But we got through it. And I don't know what any of it said. I was just focused on reading it. Lily said, oh my god, I didn't realize that booger walls were a thing for other people. I remember when I was really young, I had a booger wall, and it's just one of those weird kid things that no one talks about. I blamed it on my brother when it was discovered. It was believable since he pooped in the closet for It was believable since he pooped in the closet for a chunk of time? What? Can you elaborate, please? Can you? I'm looking out for that comment. We need detail, but not too many details, just some details, please. DR said, my stepson was 4 and had a booger wall. His entire room. Elias said, I never had a booger wall, but my mom's cousin did. He also used to repeatedly spit in the corner of his room, hoping one day it would fill up so he could swim in his room. What? I'm sorry, what? Huh? What's up, dog? Said, my husband used to smear his boogers on the wall behind our bed and the shower wall. It was nasty. Had to get him to stop. I thought I was the only person who had to experience a booger wall. I'm so sorry to other people with booger wall causing partners. I am pretty dumb. Said, my booger wall is the bathroom stall at work. I do it because I know there's toilet paper right there for me to use. You had me in the first half. I thought you meant you were smearing it all over the public toilet. And a toilet to dispose of the boogies. I just choose to pick and roll and flick my boogies. Never on break. Only boogie flicking on the man's time. What a respectable human being. And I can't believe I just read that. Froggy Love said, my booger wall was my tongue. Edit. His. And literally, as I finished that sentence, my card just filled up on my camera, so you can no longer see me. But you know what? That is a perfect stopping point for episode 3, which means that this is officially a series where I read your comments. So if you leave a comment, maybe it'll be in a video. Don't make it too weird, please. That'll be it for this video. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching, or listening to my voice. Goodbye.